Waterhole. My name is Amy and I'm so excited to be back with you today and looking forward to seeing all that we see across our waterhole locations. We are starting off here at the beautiful Kwamareton with some elephants. What a great way to start. I'm hoping that we see lots of them. I think it's warm all around, definitely here in the Lowveld where I am based, and I think the sun is shining. Now remember everyone that this is of course a live and interactive show, so please do talk to me. Let me know who you are and where you're joining us from. I'd love to know. It's amazing to hear from all of you from across the globe. And it is the morning here. I'm so used to the show being in the afternoon, but it is now sort of morning into the afternoon, at least here in Southern Africa. Mercedes, it's great to have you with us as well. Hello, happy Monday indeed. It's good to be back in the Lowveld. I'm looking forward to starting drive tomorrow as well at Sandringham, so back in the saddle for sure. It looks like they are having I'm not sure if we can call it affection or just a little bit of communication happening between the two of them, but lovely to see. Melissa, I do think that elephants can be best friends. I think especially when they're growing up and you might have two little ones that are similar age, or maybe I like to think of the dynamics the same as myself and my cousins, and growing up together, having a lot of fun and playing around. I think they can definitely have a best friend. Seems like they are having some fun together, playing, and probably two boys that are hanging out, and they often do this type of behavior. Lovely to see. It looks like they are finished their fun, had their time at the water, and are now moving off. Well, it's always special to head up to Zimbabwe, and here we have some baboons that are hanging around here at the hide. Always entertaining, aren't they? Diane, hello, you're from Cape Town, and you are happy that I am back. Well, it's good to be here, Diane. I'm looking forward to being back on the show and doing a few waterholes this week, as well as driving at Sandringham, so it's going to be great. Tabo, hello and welcome. You're watching from Swimansdal in Mpumalanga and you love this channel. Tabo, it is so wonderful to hear from you. Thank you for saying hello and letting us know that you love the channel. We always love to hear it and to know that even those locally here within South Africa, Diane as well, and all of those who chat to us from South Africa love the show, and what a privilege it is to be able to be for lots of these places quite close by and have access, especially when living in Mpumalanga, to some beautiful wilderness areas. Now, troops of baboons like this are always interesting to watch, especially the babies that play with one another. They can also be quite naughty, very curious. We had a troop of baboons about 2 weeks ago at Sandringham, and there was a few young ones playing in the tree, and the one would climb up and then the one would yank its tail and pull it down from the branch. That was very, very funny to watch. So it's always lovely to have the little ones around. They do a lot of grooming as well when it comes to baboons, and always wanting to keep clean, but also socially it's an important part of strengthening those bonds between them, much like a pride of lions as well, even dwarf mongooses.
This is an unbelievable afternoon.
At Wild Earth, we believe every story has the power to create change. That's why we've launched the Wild Earth Impact Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and social impact. By showcasing conservation stories, we can change lives, protect nature, and empower communities. We have partnered with Empowers Africa to accept tax-deductible donations from US donors. Your donation will help fund critical programs that support our mission. Join us and be part of the change.
Do you want to know why impala are the most common antelope we find here in the Kruger National Park? You can ask me questions like this in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live. Connect with nature.
There's some ellies that we're approaching now.
The light on her as well is absolutely gorgeous.
So we are going to enjoy the rest of this sunset.
Wow, this is absolutely crazy.
And thank you for joining us. For myself and Cam, we will see you next time.
Well, it's always wonderful to see elephants and giraffe around like this. It's always wonderful to Disco Dave, hello. You say good morning to everyone, and a very wild, wet and windy northwest England. Well, it does seem like the change of weather has happened up that side as well. I'm glad we can share some sunshine here with you. Keith, you're in Scotland. Hello. Thank you for saying hi. You say that your cat, Angus, and you are addicted to Wild Earth and you watch it all the time. Well, Keith, I will be sure to make sure to remember your cat Angus and you watching. Thank you for saying hi. It's lovely to hear from you. Hopefully we get a lot more animals coming around here. I know that we are spoiled sometimes with such a variety of different species that come to Old Donyo to drink, everything from the fringe-eared oryxes as well as eland. Oh, there's an eland. Speaking of, Oh, he is a massive bull. Wow, you can just see the thickness of that neck. It really is so impressive. Oh, and there come the oryx. That's cool. Just mentioned them. Wow, look at them all arriving. This is fantastic. I think that they love to get a chance when the elephant or elephants do move away. They're less brave than the zebra. We often see a lot of zebras coming to drink here, and when they do, it's even with many elephants that sometimes are drinking as well. They're quite brave in that regard. The other species less so, I would say, in comparison. You can really see those fringe ears on these oryx. They look a little bit silly, I must say. They just sort of droop off at the edges. I think that is, I think that's very funny. But easy to identify. Oh, an elephant has returned. I don't know if it's the same one, but the eland are committed. They don't want to leave. Interesting that because they were there first, they feel less intimidated than trying to approach while the elephant was still there. There come the zebras. Wow, what a time we're having here at Old Donyo. While the eland bull is still there having a drink, he was very thirsty today. Chris, you say eland look ancient. I have to agree, they do look like they are from another time. And I think that also is linked to the fact that we see them in rock art by the sand and paintings that we see in caves and things in different areas. And you see eland, also gemsbok as well, particularly ones that I've seen in southern Africa. And it just gives you that feeling like, wow, these animals have almost come from a different time entirely in some ways. I mean, that bull is just huge. Also, the big eland males get a very sort of fluffy or bushy forehead. Don't know how else to describe it really. Herschel he is. I think he's quite relaxed. Also, the eland have basically moved off now, and I think the oryx here, as well as the single zebra, felt quite confident after seeing the way the elephant reacted to the eland. They just needed that little bit of courage, inspiration. And you can see the others coming forward now as well.
For years, we've shared virtual wildlife. Now, let's experience it for real. I'm Lauren Arthur, and I'd love to show you my amazing home here in the Greater Kruger of South Africa. This 5-night journey is an exclusive connection to my piece of untamed Africa. I live here in these gorgeous landscapes surrounded by epic wildlife. The wild is calling, so come and join me.
What does it take to handle the wild? Balance. Determination. Focus.
Yaku!
And gear that can take a beating so you don't have to.
Would you like to know at what age a buffalo calf gets its horns? These are questions that you can ask me in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live and connect with nature.
Join our expert guides at dawn for a live, immersive safari as the bush comes to life.
Found ourselves a chameleon, and look how he's changed color.
Every sunrise brings new discoveries.
Pound for pound, a leopard is one of the strongest cats around.
Ask questions, share your thoughts, and connect with nature live and in real time.
Great excitement, great happiness.
Start your day with adventure.
Can you hear that? The wild is calling.
Well, I believe some elephants have arrived at Safari Hook, so let's go take a look at what's happening in Namibia. Well, it's lovely to be back here in Namibia. It's been a while since I've seen Safari Hook, actually. It's nice to have the elephants here. I can imagine how much they enjoy this waterhole, cooling off, enjoying a fresh drink there. One at the back doing a bit of dust bathing, it looks like. Nathan, yes. I mean, in terms of there being the two, sort of the distinct African elephant and the Asian elephant, yes, there are very clear differences between the two. Both clearly elephants, but very different in many ways, with the Asian being smaller in size and compared to the African, and the ears are a different shape. So there's a few, even the head, the whole sort of, also the coloration as well is slightly different. The habitats are slightly different as well, and different adaptations that they have between the two, but both still elephants. In terms of within Africa, yes, there are slightly different things that one can notice even between that of the elephants that are considered forest elephants and the others that are found in more of the savanna type habitats. So depending, of course, even desert elephants compared to ones that we find within sort of, let's say, the Lowveld, or even Tembe is another spot in northern KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa that we see elephants at as well. And each area will have some, although we're looking at exactly the same species, it is something that genetically can vary, whether it's the size of the animals, some places getting their elephants growing larger than in others, some have much bigger tusks generally, and that also has to do with the genetic variation and the effects that potential poaching has had from the past on the gene pools that are available. So yes, there are subtle differences. Wow, it looks like so many of these elephants are coming out now. That's so nice to see. Some springbuck, I think, there on the right too. Maybe we'll see them have a full-on swim. That would be great, wouldn't it? Lydia, yes, I do think that the tree we're looking at here is dead. I think there's another one as well, but quite often in waterholes we find trees that are still standing. Often sometimes trees like leadwoods, they're very strong still, even though they may no longer be producing leaves or fruit, and become sort of a spot that is favored by birds as well. They love to use trees like this in waterholes, making for some beautiful photos. All right, well, while these elephants enjoy the waterhole, who knows, we might be back later. Let's head over to Menor. Wow, what a scene! My goodness me, look at all these zebra, the elephants as well. Can see how water is just such a vital part of life. Hannah, you want to know if there are any antelope that like to swim. It's interesting. There are definitely antelope that spend a lot of time in water or around water. Animals like the Sitatunga in Central and Western Africa is actually specifically adapted to live in things like swamps and marshes, and even the lechwe as well also spends a lot of time in water and eating aquatic plants and things like that. But in terms of them enjoying it in a way that elephants enjoy a good pool party or the families playing around, I personally haven't seen antelopes doing that in water, even if they are in the water per se. That sort of play element, it's possible, but not that I have seen myself. And then of course more sort of what we see quite often here in the Lowveld is waterbuck, although not really purposefully going into the water, I would say, to sort of play. and that sort of behavior, but we have seen, especially at Tau in Madikwe, one of the locations that we go to, we see the waterbuck sort of going through the water to get to some of the aquatic plants that grow. So we do see them very comfortable around water.
This unfolds in front of you.
The Wild Earth Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website.
Would you like to know the difference between a male and female wildebeest? You can ask me questions like this in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live and connect with nature.
The bush, full of beauty, wonder, and absolute chaos. And now, all that madness has its own show. It's called a Wild Bush Week. The countdown of the most outrageous, heart-stopping, and sometimes downright ridiculous wildlife moments of the week. Lions throwing their weight around. Hyenas gate-crashing the buffet. Leopards doing, well, leopardy things. Each week, it's a fresh reel of safari gold. A mix of drama,
She's just got an impala, everybody.
danger, and a healthy dose of laughter. So, if you fancy a highlight show with bite, and I don't mean just the animals, tune in to a Wild Bush Week. You bring the tea, and we'll bring the tusks, tails, and teeth.
Oh, here comes a herd. There's a little one. That's so cute. Always lovely to see more elephants. Thabo, you would like to know the lifespan of an elephant, and it's about 60 years, Thabo. It can vary A little bit less, a little bit more, but in general we say the lifespan 60 years. Grant, I know the Ellies are surrounded, aren't they? But I also feel like these zebras were, it's amazing how they moved as the elephants came through. Although they do definitely have the numbers when it comes to the number of animals, the zebras definitely overtake the elephants in that regard. Amazing how quickly the zebras come back though. It doesn't take them long to get back to the water. I wonder if the ones that are standing in the water just have very hot hooves and they need to cool down. Well, this has been such a cool scene to see so many of these animals around here, especially just zebras, wow, and all of the elephants that are crowding around that little spot, I think, where there is some nice fresh water. It looks like a big boy arriving from the right there now too. While these animals enjoy the water here, let's head over to an elephant cooling down at Tembe. Looks like he found a little bit of a puddle here. Not often that we're seeing elephants sort of this close on this side. Oh, he's having a scratch now too. But we had some interesting weather that passed through. I'm not sure if it was the same here at Tembe. In a straight line, it's not too far from the Lowveld area actually. But we had high winds, there was a lot of thunder, a little bit of rain fell as well during the course of the evening. So I wonder if there wasn't some water that sort of made a bit of a patch somewhere where this elephant was interested in. Okay, oh wow. While these elephants enjoy their time here at Tembe, let's head over to a crocodile at Tau. Well, the last time I was here with the crocs, we actually had them mating. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again. Oh, there's a very brave hammerkop that's just landed. Now, I actually did some reading on the crocodiles mating and a little bit more about their behavior, because as many times as I've seen crocs, I haven't been able to observe too much of their courting rituals or mating behavior, and I was interested to learn more about it. Hopefully I'll be able to see more of that happening in the future. But this was fantastic on my last show here about a week ago or so, where we had the crocodiles doing their thing, and it's actually the male that will initiate the mating, and he'll do some displaying, some vocalizing, and basically attract a female to take notice of him. Oh, there's a green-backed heron as well. It's all happening here.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
My full name is Cedric Leslie Dold. I grew up mostly here in the Lowveld. I grew up here pretty much on the southern side of Kruger National Park, a place called Marloth Park, for most of my years. Something surprising about myself, I did play drums in a band for many years. Best sighting I presented, we found Palumba in the 2 cubs, and the cubs are just way big.
And that's it for this morning's drive.
She's just got her impala, everybody.
And we're going to be heading out and seeing what animals we can find.
Out here, every wild moment counts, and as a Wild Earth explorer, you will not miss out. Watch the Wild Earth channel ad-free 24/7, and you can even rewind if you have missed out on something. Enjoy the behind-the-scenes video clips as well as fireside chat, or get the early offers on our travel experiences. It's the best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
Oh, so many birds around as well. Some yellow-billed ducks, common moorhens, some red-billed teals there. Red-knobbed coot coming in from the side. Lovely to see so much bird life. It is coming to that time where that activity is going to begin, not only for things like crocodiles, but we've also seen so many birds starting to display and communicate, whether it's nesting itself for things like, we've seen Varro's eagle owls, and the Wahlberg's eagles have arrived as well, which has been nice to see them together and starting to do their calling and mating soon, beginning their nesting. So Lacey, that's such a good question in terms of what triggers the mating season for crocodiles, and there is a few complex factors that are actually involved in that, but essentially what happens is that at the end of the dry season there's not very much water around, and it means that the crocodiles are concentrated in particular water holes and pools, and that means that they're all quite close together. And then together with that, I think the change in potentially the amount of daylight is also an interesting trigger for some animals, and then the internal hormones that cue them and prepare them for breeding. And like I say, that begins then with the males through their physical display, slapping their heads. They create water ripples through the water to attract the females to them, and then saying, hey, I'm ready. And basically the females will respond to that, and the largest females will mate first, and they will mate with multiple males within a season as well. So Josh, that head slapping display is all about getting the female's attention. Why they need to slap their heads, it does sound quite painful, but clearly it works for them, and it's a way that they can make a big splash, make a lot of noise as well. They do vocalize, and basically showing, I suppose, how big and strong they are, and that seems to work for the female crocs. Well, while all these animals enjoy their time here at Tau, let's head back up to some more at Uldonyo. Oh wow, we've got some giraffe out now, which is nice to see. 3 elephants. I actually didn't even see the third one there. I just saw the tusks, and then I realized that those tusks didn't belong to the elephant on the left. Unless it had 3 tusks. That was perfectly positioned actually for a moment. Ray, you would like to know, why do we hardly ever see predators at the water during the day? So Ray, there's a few different reasons for this. It's not to say that it never happens, it definitely can, but in general, when it comes to the predators that we would generally see coming out to drink, they are, most of them would be more active towards the cooler times of the day, potentially even completely at night. Of course, not all of them, but many of them. And so with the timing of our show happening when it does, it means that generally the animals that we'll see coming out are things like elephant, giraffe, different types of antelope, zebra, etc. And of course birds as well. But for the most part, these are the animals that are coming out very comfortably in the open. And generally the predators will want to move when they when it's more comfortable for them to do so, and that will be at the cooler times of the day, trying to conserve energy. And also for many of them, like lions and leopards, they are wanting to do their moving and even hunting mostly at night or the early hours of the morning or the evening. Even things like wild dogs are tend to move at sunrise and sunset into the evening, or even before dawn, to do a lot of their moving around. And then when it gets very, very hot, they tend to find shade and just rest and do as little as possible. Sarah, hello, lovely to hear from you. You want to know, why is it only ever big male elephants that build on your waterhole? It's a great question, Sarah. I think there has been record through the African camera here of a herd or two coming through in the past, but you're right, it is an interesting one. I'm not exactly sure what the dynamics are in the reserve or in the greater area as to why we see the bulls hanging out here a lot more than the herds, but it could be because there are such a high concentration of bulls that tend to use it, that the herds stay away and they prefer to use other sources of water. So that could be sort of a natural dynamic that's occurred between the elephants, and that's often because the herds, unless they are very limited for water, if they have to come here they will, because they need water to survive. But if there are other options, maybe just to avoid any sort of, not that there would be major conflict, but sometimes the boys can be a little bit boisterous, and the matriarch might feel that that's a bit of a danger to their little ones, so they want to stay away. These giraffes, just stunning. What a picture. Really, really beautiful.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
My full name is Cedric Leslie Dold. The best driver at Wild Earth, it is me. I believe I'm the best driver. I think so, because I've... There's a part of my job, I say, is just to try and look out for these animals, track them down. I love tracking animals. I love looking for, fresh tracks, and if you can find them, it's just at the moment of accomplishment. If I wasn't a presenter for Wild Earth, I would be the drummer for AC/DC.
Every week, the wilderness delivers.
And that's why we're here.
Drama, chaos, crimes, humour. All moments you'll never forget. We've counted them down, argued about them, and finally picked the very best. From rare sightings to classic bush showdowns, this is nature's weekly highlight reel. Sharp facts, bad jokes, and the wildest top 5 you'll see this side of the savannah. It's not just a show, it's a wild bush week.
We are here with a male leopard.
Diane, yes, that is very true, and it is an amazing thing about giraffes, and it is what is needed in order to allow blood to reach the brain, and basically working against the effects of gravity. The very, very long and muscular heart of the giraffe has to pump that blood at over 200, basically at the pressure that needs to be pumped at in order to get up their neck and back down again, and also pump all the way up from the legs too, and move around the whole body. So yeah, it's incredible to think of, but that is what is needed. I've actually seen the basically the aorta of a giraffe heart. It's incredibly thick and muscular. To see that and be able to sort of have a picture of what that looks like for their heart. A lot of pressure that it has to be able to handle. Just love the colors here. I think with the sunshine and the yellowness that are in the giraffes, it's really quite beautiful. It's so nice that the giraffes are having their moment. I feel like the elephants had their moment, the eland had their moment, the oryx came through, even a zebra, and now it's time for the giraffes to show off to us a little bit. Yes, Sarah, I think so. I think we can give them a bit of a round of applause. Oh, there's an elephant approaching though, so I don't know how long this is going to last, but it was nice to have them here for a little bit. It's incredible how sort of demanding the presence is of an elephant approaching like that. You just feel you have to move out the way. It really is quite something. Well, while this elephant has its drink, and who knows, maybe the giraffes will hang out a little bit more. Let's go check out what's happening at Olifants. Well, this is very cool. We of course have a crocodile here that's resting on the bank and just really soaking up the sunshine. It looks like it has quite a light look to it, but I think that is the angle of the sun, as well as it being completely dried out in the sun like this. Very white inside the mouth, a really good look at all the teeth there as well. And a crocodile like this will have anywhere from 64 to 68 teeth at any given time, but the teeth don't necessarily last its whole life. It replaces its teeth constantly, like sharks as well. They're known as polyphodonts, and that basically means that their teeth regrow. So if one falls out, it's not really the end of the world for them. They can get another one to replace it. Sammy, yes, I suppose that's what they are. They can be seen as a little bit grumpy, snapping at anything that comes past. They can also be very sneaky, and I've watched a crocodile stalk a warthog before. It was munching away on the bank of the Livuva River, and we were sitting on the deck at the camp there and watching this crocodile. Just, we could see it approaching, the warthog couldn't see it, and we just knew that it was going to make a move at any moment. Oh, like this crocodile's making a move at any moment. But fortunately for the warthog, it moved away from the water and not closer to it. Definitely was a lucky day that day. Tabo, it could be anywhere from another few minutes to another few hours. Crocodiles are so good at sitting in one spot for a very long time. Also, depending how their thermoregulation is going, it may choose to close its mouth if it wants to retain more heat, or if it's feeling like it's more comfortable with it open, getting a bit of a breeze maybe over the inside of its mouth there. Maybe that's more comfortable for it. So it really does depend on how it's feeling, but it can be a very long time that it could sit like this. Well, while this croc enjoys the sun, let's head over to Tembe.
Oh, wow. Even a hyena coming into the action as well now. Oh my word. She's stalking the hyena now. Leopard, hyena, lion, all together in one shot. Oh. Whoa. This is action-packed.
Greatest wildlife spectacle on planet Earth. We'll see you there.
If you love watching Wild Earth, here's a little tip. You'll gain access to the channel ad-free. You can rewind and rewatch sightings and gain access to our live Tuesday safaris. There's also behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and every safari live episode, whenever it suits you. It's just the best way to connect with nature.
sounds like there is some croc action at Tau, so let's head over there. I'm very interested to see the behavior of these crocodiles. Maybe this is a male that's trying to display a little bit. Oh, it looks like it's found a place to rest a bit. You can see the eyes have closed there, and now it's enjoying, I think, some sunshine. Interesting black markings on this croc though, very dark. I don't know if it's just the angle or the way the sun is shining, but you do see black and green and a bit of yellow, but that almost seems like it's striped. Alright, well, from Tau, let's head over to Kwamari Town for some ellies. Wow, well, it's pool party time. They are having, oh, there's a little one. They are having so much fun. You can just feel their enjoyment, can't you? It's like they've got these big smiles on their faces. I love this big one sitting there. As elegant and majestic as elephants can be, when they like this, they do look a little bit, let's say, less graceful than they normally do. Jason, yes, they will eat water plants if they need to. I mean, we saw buffaloes at Sandringham a few weeks ago eating aquatic plants, and they're known to be quite strictly grazers, where elephants are browsers and grazers, mixed feeders. So if they need to eat aquatic plants, they will adapt to that and get nutrition from wherever they can. Yeah, Ella, it's a great pool party, isn't it? I'm so glad some of them are sticking around. I was worried when we arrived and some of them were already leaving, but it seems that these few are still wanting to enjoy the pool here at Kwamaritan.
At Wild Earth, we believe every story has the power to create change. That's why we've launched the Wild Earth Impact Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and social impact. By showcasing conservation stories, we can change lives, protect nature, and empower communities. We have partnered with Empowers Africa to accept tax-deductible donations from US donors. Your donation will help fund critical programs that support our mission. Join us and be part of the change.
Real? You say the best kind of roadblock? Absolutely. Look at this.
Hello, girls.
Out here, every moment counts. As a Wild Earth explorer, you won't miss a thing. Watch the Wild Earth channel ad-free 24/7 and rewind if you want to catch something again. Enjoy behind the scenes videos, fireside chats and early access to travel offers. It's the best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
Up some ground or even a bone if they want to sort of supplement their diet on occasion, although I don't think this hippo has anything like that right now. But it is sniffing something. It's got something that it's following up on there, a scent of some sort. Oh, there we go. Trying to pick up something there. Just looked like a piece of dung, really. Interesting. Hippos are, of course, grazers, but I suppose it doesn't mean they're not going to investigate maybe something like elephant dung, unless that's a piece of something else, but it does look like dung. Chris, yes, maybe not the best choice on the menu. Maybe a bad texture, you know, when you eat something and you're like, oh, and then you open your mouth like that. I can imagine him maybe doing that. I can see water back there in the background. Doing his mouth thing there. Again, maybe not happy with something. I'm not sure. Definitely something going on here on the water's edge. Maybe he's doing his territorial patrol around the water's edge just to check who's been to the water, what's been happening. It really is enjoying some elephant dung. I'm assuming it's elephant dung. It looks like elephant dung. This is fascinating, everybody. I don't know if anyone has seen this hippo do this particular thing before, but it's definitely, I think, the first time that I've seen him actively pursuing elephant dung like that, going through it. And it seems to be doing it to multiple piles that it can find. Yes, that's the grass. I suppose at the end of the day, with it being the dry season, if they need to get grass or vegetation, should I say, from a source like elephant dung, which is not highly digested, still quite a lot of nutrients that pass through there, then I suppose they'll have a munch through, possibly get other nutrients from it as well, nitrogen maybe, bit of sodium in there, I'm sure, some salts that pass through. So it's interesting. But clearly this hippo is just doing its thing here. It now moved on to other sources. Well, while this hippo enjoys all of its sources of nutrition, let's head over to an elephant approaching its howl. Well, that is a really big elephant, my word. I'm hoping that eventually he comes a little bit further towards the waterhole.
Let's go and take a look. See you out there.
What does it take to handle the wild? Balance. Determination. Focus.
Yaku!
And gear that can take a beating so you don't have to.
I get to wake up every morning and go out there and look for cats. I get to create my everyday safari for myself. Myself, I grew up in the sort of central eastern suburbs of Johannesburg, fully qualified trails guide and a fully qualified nature conservationist. I love the wild places. I love being in the wilderness. It's probably one of the best jobs I've ever had and probably ever could have.
Ah, the bush, full of beauty, wonder, and absolute chaos. And now, all that madness has its own show. It's called a Wild Bush Week. The countdown of the most outrageous, heart-stopping, and sometimes downright ridiculous wildlife moments of the week. Lions throwing their weight around. Hyenas gate-crashing the buffet. Leopards doing, well, leopardy things. Each week, it's a fresh reel of safari gold. A mix of drama,
She's just got an impala, everybody.
danger, and a healthy dose of laughter. So, if you fancy a highlight show with bite, and I don't mean just the animals, tune in to a Wild Bush Week. You bring the tea, and we'll bring the tusks, tails, and teeth.
Wow, look at these elephants approaching. I was hoping the bull would come down, but we've got an entire herd coming to join us in the last 10 minutes of the show. So this is a real treat, everyone. Wow. How beautiful, so iconic. Big ones and small ones all together, heading straight for the water. there's a tiny one that's coming now from the back. Don't get left behind, little one. Jax, hello, you are asking if elephant and warthog tusks are the same. So essentially yes, in the fact that they are both dentine structures that come from the mouth, but they are different in that elephants are modified incisor teeth occurring in the top jaw, whereas with warthogs they are modified canines. So although they are both part of the mouth and basically teeth that are made from the same substance, they are different teeth that are modified, and so that means that they are different from one another. Hippo tusks, yes, they are also considered to be canines as well, Frida, and they are modified canines just like warthogs, and they also are referred to as tusks and can also be traded as ivory as well. There are some zebra and wildebeest also arriving. Wow, what an ending to our show today. All the animals coming out at town to say hello. Nice to see these elephants. I think they basically have all just been drinking, but I'm sure some splashing will ensue shortly. Yeah, Sarah, the past 2 hours went by so fast. I can't believe that we are at the end of the Waterhole show for today. It has been filled with so much variety, so many interesting things, and lots of different animals, which I always enjoy. Some interesting behavior as well, but I'm loving ending off with all these elephants hanging out here. Oh, and that little one is so cute, isn't it? Yeah, Tabo, that elephant at the back is a really big bull, and you can see how much bigger the adult males are, or should I say mature males are, than the females and the youngsters in the herds. Maggie, you were asking earlier if I think that elephants have specific water holes for swimming and not drinking, and I think so. I think if they can choose, there'll be water holes or sections of water holes. I mean, this water hole at Tau is really big, so there would be an area that they prefer for drinking, and then now you see them, they drank at one spot and now they've come to this spot and they're doing all their muddying about. You might even see some sit down, roll around a little bit, and that's just because of how the water and the soil is structured as to where's best for them. Some areas are muddier than others, some areas have better water than others, and so if it's quite small pans and things like that, there might be a very muddy dried up pan that's good for doing their muddy thing, and then there might be another water hole that's better for drinking with cleaner water. Oh, that one's definitely going to sit down there, I'm sure. It looks like it's... Oh, there we go. Face plant. Oh, this is fantastic, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was wonderful to have you all on board and enjoying our time live at the waterhole with you. Thank you for sending through all your comments and questions. We really do appreciate it. I loved hearing from all of you, chatting away, some interesting questions and points as well, which is fascinating. The show will be back tomorrow, so we look forward to having you all on board once again for that. But from us here at the Waterhole Show, we wish you a pleasant day or evening ahead, depending where you are in the world. And we'll see you all again soon. Goodbye for now, everyone. Keep well.